Welcome back to another episode of Say What Needs to Be Said. I'm your host, Asante, Mr. Pick Six Samuel. I'm your two-time Super Bowl champion. I'm your Pro Bowler. I'm your all-pro record-breaking cornerback. And I'm the last cornerback to intercept 50 interceptions during the 16-game season era, baby. Clap it up. Sunday Night Vibes. What a game. What a game. No one expected the outcome that we got in this last game Sunday night in Sunday Night Vibes. Man, Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills. Let me bring in my co-host 2-3 Drees tonight, and we're going to have a good time. We have to bring that energy, and we have to break it down and talk about what was going on tonight, man. Oh, man. So tonight, what are we going to get into, Drees, man? We had a long weekend. We're going to talk about the Sunday night game. We will talk about the biggest winners, also the biggest losers of week one. We'll talk about a few games, man. We're gonna get into it, man. Sunday Night Vibes, man. What do y'all think about the Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills? Man, all the Lamar Jackson fans out here, I know everyone is sick. I know everyone is sick right now, man.
Thought the game was over, man, but you can't. You got to play to the end. You got to play to the end. Gotta play to the end. You have to play to the very end, especially in the NFL. It don't matter what level of sports you playing. You always gotta play to the end, man. That's rule number one, man. But Josh Allen, man, and Lamar Jackson, two quarterbacks that badly need to add Super Bowl champion to their resumes. They went at it tonight. And I say they went at it, man. They went at it. Josh Allen completed 29 of 42 passes for 323 yards, along with 2 touchdowns, while Lamar Jackson went 14 out of 19 passes for 210 yards and 2 touchdowns. The first half, Josh Allen wasn't really clicking as much and clicking like he needed to. The second half, things started to get better for him. But the first half, the big difference was the time of possession. Derrick Henry dominating the first half, the first quarter, the first half. Oh, man, it was such a beautiful thing. And basically, this game came down to 4th and 3 with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the game and no timeouts. Baltimore Ravens chose to kick and not take a chance and go for it on 4th and 3 around the 50-yard line. If any of y'all aspiring coaches out there, let me know if you would have went for it on 4th and 3 at the 50-yard line and you're down by 2 points. If you don't get the first down, they're already in field goal position. Idris, 4th and 3. I would have pinned them deep.
You would have pinned them deep.
Make them earn every yard to get in to that field goal
range. Make them earn every yard, man. Play good defense. But the Baltimore Ravens defense didn't hold up, man.
They earned every yard.
Does anybody realize, man, almost every team in the AFC East Division almost lost today? The Buffalo Bills, I can't say it, but I really want to say it. In my head, they lost this game. They didn't lose, but almost every team in the AFC East almost lost today. Pretty much lost. The whole division would have been 0-1 if the Buffalo Bills didn't find a way to win against the Ravens today. The Patriots lost to the Raiders. The Jets found a way to lose to the Steelers. They had a good opportunity to win, just same way the Baltimore Ravens did. And then we all know the Dolphins got beat down by the coach. Hey, if y'all follow Say What Needs to Be Said and you in the audience and you always in the chat, you know that I told you what was going to happen and what the Miami Dolphins season was going to look like. And it looked worse than I could even have predicted, man. Man, it was bad. It was horrible, man. But things were looking promising in the first series of the game for the Buffalo Bills. They came out and they struck 7 points. Josh Allen put up 7 points. He put 7 points on the board right after the kickoff. First series, he's striking. You know what I say about the first series? That's usually the team's best plays right there. So you can't really use that to determine the outcome of the game because, those are the best plays, but it did look good. And Lamar Jackson couldn't escape the pressure of the front four or the front seven.
and he had to settle for 3 points in the first series. So if you go by the first series, you would have got it right, you know, all the way down to the last couple of minutes. You know what I mean?
Man, one of the biggest plays was Ravens were up by 15 in the fourth quarter, got the ball back and got a chance to put the game away, but then Derrick Henry fumbled, and that gave them a chance.
Yeah,
to come back.
That was obviously
that's the turning point right
moment
there.
of the game. That was,
and he had like a perfect game himself, rushing for over 160 yards.
Yeah.
And four carries over 30 yards. His first time he ever did in his career. I mean, I know that hurts him the most. I know he's gonna bounce back from that and come back, but that loss, man,
yeah,
that hurt me.
I think the other point is too, man, you can't give a player like Josh Allen chance after chance to win and strike. And they kept giving Josh Allen chances like he's not Josh Allen. Now, obviously, we know he hasn't won the championship yet, but he is the MVP. He has all the athletic abilities, attributes, everything you need to be a great quarterback. And they kept giving him chance after chance. We don't call him baby Superman for no reason. And it wasn't on him, though. He wasn't the reason. He was most of the reason. It was all Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry won the game for the Buffalo Bills. And then the second possession for the Bills, they went 3 and out. Didn't look nothing like the first series, right? So the second possession, they went 3 and out. They wasn't able to convert on 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, they wasn't able to convert, and that stopped the second series from being able to score those 7 points. And that 3rd and 1 are the type of plays that Josh Allen has no control over that is stopping him from being a Super Bowl champ. Little plays like that, situational football. His offense has to find a way to win in those situations because little plays like that will come back to bite you and hunt you. In the Ravens, when the Ravens second series came around, it was all about how physical can the Bills play and can they tackle Derrick Henry? And the answer was no. Absolutely no. They had no chance of tackling Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry ran all over the Buffalo Bills, destroyed them. 123 yards rushing in the first half for Derrick Henry against the Buffalo Bills. That's embarrassing as a defense. Not for me. I'm the skill player. I'm in the back. So all the, the big boys and the front line and the linebackers and things like that, man, that's pretty embarrassing, And then once the Bills showed they couldn't stop Derrick Henry, the momentum in the stadium and the energy just completely went dry. It was like, it's like we understand that we're not going to be able to stop Derrick Henry. So we're just here for support and hope that something happens because we can't cheer and celebrate because this man is going to control the game. And y'all don't know what it's like playing football. How many of y'all out there are over 250 pounds, 6'3", 6 foot or better? Me, I'm 5'11". I played at 185 pounds. And, I'm the skill guy in the back. Playing against a 6'3", 250-pound running back that runs downhill, nothing but north and south, and runs a 4.4 in the 40. That is intimidating to any defense. I don't care how big your players you are, how many tough, strong, swole Debos and James Harrisons you have on your team. That is always intimidating, and it will wear a defense down. Trying to tackle a big guy like that over and over, play after play after play. And that's the effect that Derrick Henry has on teams and for the Baltimore Ravens. And the second half was just straight brutal for the Bills, man, until Derrick Henry didn't take care of the football and turned it over to the Bills, man. Everything was peaches and cream. Everything was going perfect for Lamar Jackson. He was going to look like the MVP, the Super Bowl contender, ready to compete in the Super Bowl. Everything was looking good. Connecting with Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers having a career day. And number one thing that you're taught and that the coaches preach, with 2 minutes left in the game and we have the lead, everyone comes to the huddle and say, hold the ball. Don't fumble the ball. Take care of the ball. Protect that ball like your life depends on it. And after having so much success, man, I think Derrick Henry just kind of got lackadaisical a little bit. And, slipped up, man. Slipped up. When you're running over a team like that and taking advantage over a team, how can you not
protect the ball?
Up, right? Yeah. What did you see, man, in that fumble, man? What did you see, Dries?
Just like you saying, just not take care of the ball, man. It was so easy for him all day. He was getting 85 yards after contact, and he was just pushing people off from him and just going downfield. And this is like, sometimes you're not paying attention. You're watching this guy, somebody coming from that side, knock it out. And that's kind of what happened, man.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened. He had 4 carries, I think, over 30 yards.
First time in his career.
4 carries over 30 yards. When you go to your defensive meeting as a team, they got to be a lot of gut checking, a lot of eye contact. I'm going to look you in your eyes and see if you really want to be here, if you really want to sacrifice and play the type of football that we want to play over here, because I don't care how big, fast, strong the other athletes are. We can't have that. We can't have that as a team, man. We can't have that.
And at that point, they'd rather go for the ball to tackle him anyway.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter. And I ain't trying to be that type. I'll just punch at the ball and see what happens.
You're right. And then, like, in the fourth quarter, I don't know if everybody's seen the momentum shift, right? In the fourth quarter, the run wasn't being as dominant for the Ravens as it was in the first half. And then that forced Lamar Jackson to get in passing mode. And they scored quickly. They got some quick scores. And then Josh Allen turned. He was able to keep up, go score for score with the Ravens because it was quick scores. There wasn't Derrick Henry time of possession scores, wear the defense down. And that's the type of game Josh Allen wants to play. He can play that all day long with Lamar Jackson. I don't know if Lamar Jackson could keep up with the score for score in passing with Josh Allen. Josh Allen may win if it comes down to passing, play for play, score for score. You pass, I pass. Who can win the game passing? Lamar Jackson definitely needs to run to be that elite passer, right? And that's just the way it is. That's what makes Lamar Jackson unique and elite at the same time. People say he's an elite passer because he completes most of his passes. He has a high percentage, a high completion rate, right? All these great things. But if you take the running away and it's not running situations, he has a harder time to pass the ball. Most of his passes are designed plays and plays that come off the run, if y'all don't understand. So that's just the truth, and that's what the details are about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is an awesome player, one of the best. But when it was time to go toe-to-toe, pass for pass, Josh Allen might have ended up gotten the better end on that part of the game. I could see Josh Allen winning that. That's what it was looking like. But what is it about the Bills on why they can't be a good team? Tonight wasn't a good team out there for the Buffalo Bills. Anybody takes a win, you take your win and you celebrate and you build on that and you be happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what is it about the Buffalo Bills that is stopping them from being a good team?
Yeah, I think fighting back in over the adversity makes them good. It's some teams that only can win when they got the lead. So them to see them fight back, and there was no way in the world they're supposed to win that game, honestly. So to see them fight
back, or did Derrick Henry give them the game?
They still had to score the points too.
You still got to score the points. You still have to score. You still got to convert the ball. After the turnover. You're right.
Because we've seen teams this year get 3 turnovers and not convert no points off of 3 turnovers.
Yeah. And then at the same time, if Derrick Henry didn't fumble, they still would have had to convert and get a first down, or they would have had to kick the ball back to Josh Allen. And Josh Allen would have had his chance to cook and see what he can do, you know?
Mm-hmm. So I feel like I feel like it takes a lot for a team to come back and pull out a win just like they did today. I don't feel like they're not good because they did that, maybe because they started off slow, wasn't able to tackle and things like that. But to fight back like that to get a win, that's a big deal.
That's a big deal, but don't overthink it. Don't act like they deserve it. Yes, we know. Yes, don't take my words literally. We know they deserve to win and all those good things. They're 1-0. But in all actuality, we know what happened. And, you know, if Derrick Henry doesn't fumble that ball, Buffalo Bills are probably 0-1. But we can't talk about what and if and all those things because Derrick Henry fumbled the ball, and that makes Buffalo Bills 1-0, you know. But for the Baltimore Ravens, I think the Baltimore Ravens should find a way to rest Derrick Henry for the second half of the season. Derrick Henry has to be fresh and running over the defense, just as he did today in December and January. You know, still find a way to win 9 or 10 games and give Derrick Henry a rest at the same time. Give him that little extra rest so he could be dominant in December and January. I think that is one way that Baltimore can help themselves possibly get to the Super Bowl. I understand Derrick Henry went crazy in the last 3 games of the season last season. I understand that. I'm not saying he didn't, but he needs to rush for 200 yards or more when January and December and things like that to make sure to will his team to the victory. You know, the better he plays, the better Lamar Jackson plays. That's just how it goes. It's a 1-2 combo connection, and that's how it goes. That's how it is, man. That's how it goes.
So you think coming down the stretch, he should get less carries, give it to Justice Hill in the game. Let him get some spin.
Yeah, man. Do something, man. Figure out something, man. Use Lamar Jackson more. Figure out a way to rest up Derrick Henry and have him come in and how he was fresh. The first game of the season is when everybody is fresh and strong and you feel your best. Then come weeks 8, 9, and 10 is when you start feeling all the aches and pains and the injuries are popping up. If you rest him then, I understand. Listen, I know he was an abuser. I know he abused the defense last 3 games of the season, including the playoffs. In the playoffs, he averaged about 135 yards and things like that. But I'm just saying, you have to figure out a solution of basically you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over and trying to get a different result, right? So you have to try something, you know. Got to try something to get yourselves over the hump, you know. So that's what I feel.
One of Lamar Jackson's favorite target, Mark Andrews, only had he only had 1 target today for 5 yards, and that was surprising because Mark Andrews usually his favorite target is go-to guy. Getting 1 target today was a little bit surprising, and Isaiah likely didn't even play at tight end, so it was only Mark Andrews out there at tight end.
Yeah, well, usually a running quarterback and a tight end usually have a really good relationship, pass catching relationship. But Xavier Flowers had a career high today, so maybe Xavier Flowers picked up a lot of that slack, and that is going to be the connection ultimately too. Xavier Flowers and Lamar Jackson. Xavier Flowers catches a lot of screen balls or a lot of passes in front of the defense because he has the ability to make the defense miss and take it to the house. It was a little busted coverage today. He kind of got, hidden up in the, within the big boys and the defensive line and offensive line. And I think that's how he was able to get that touchdown today. But coverage broke down, whatever happened. Touchdown is a touchdown,
Yeah. But he had 7 targets a day. Then the other 2 receivers, Bateman and Hopkins, only had 2 targets. And everybody else had 1 or none. So he was the man today with 7 targets.
Yeah, 7 targets. How many yards he ended up with today?
143.
143 yards. Shout out to Zay Flowers, man. Y'all didn't get the W. Got to get the W next time. Derrick Henry, I know. Oh, man, they was playing in Buffalo. This is going to be a long ride home. All he's going to hear on ESPN and on TV, Derrick Henry fumbled the ball. Derrick Henry had an awesome game and he fumbled the ball. Man, Derrick Henry, man, that's one of a kind running back right there, man. At one time, man, I was in the elevator with Derrick Henry. This was when he was getting drafted, and I was standing next to him. And it was a young lady, a female that I knew too. She was in the elevator as well, and she was like talking to him, like, and obviously I knew who she was, so I know that she was dealing with it wasn't a regular guy, that's the type of female she was. And I'm looking, and she was saying his name like Derrick, blah blah blah, when he was coming out of the University of Alabama, and in person, gosh, this guy, he is huge, he is enormous, man, like in real life. So just imagine trying to tackle him and he's running 25 miles per hour and 27. Gosh, that's some pain. That is some pain. But week 2, man, they got to bounce back. This is a tough loss. Man, a hard pill to swallow for the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson, especially Derrick Henry. But man, we'll see. We'll see how they bounce back. Cam Ward, man, Cam Ward. How does everybody think Cam Ward did today, man? Cam Ward, like I said, he's the next Steve McNair. He's the Steve McNair reincarnated for the Tennessee Titans, man. And if you didn't get a chance to see Cam Ward, he looks really good out there. He looks comfortable. He looks like he's in control at all times. He has poise and that calmness. And I've seen him in the huddle a few times, taking control, screaming and yelling at players. As a rookie, right? You gotta understand, it's not easy to do as a rookie, being that you're the youngest player on the team. You're coming in, taking control. I seen him demanding his respect from his team. A player didn't run the correct route the wide receiver didn't run a correct route. It made him throw an incompletion. He let the wide receiver have it. Like, what are you doing? Get your shit together. And the way Cam Ward throws the balls, his quick release, he has that it factor like a Patrick Mahomes. I can see it already, right? They throw a lot of, in today's game, the offense, they want to do a lot of RPOs and quick passes. And those quick passes, a lot of times they are sacrificing a defender or unblocked defender. So he sees those defenders and feels them come. And man, that release he gets out his hand is so quick, man. I'm very impressed with Cam Ward, man. Even though they didn't get the victory,
Man, they had that. Go ahead. No, I was saying they had a chance to come back on a final drive, and you had Calvin Ridley coming down the seam, and I feel like it was like the perfect pass. It ran right off of Calvin Ridley's hands.
Yeah. I feel
like that was like a good pass to get him in a position, but wasn't able to come up with the pass. Maybe could have took a little bit off or not timing with the wide receiver. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, I think those are the type of passes. When experience and a few more games come, they're going to connect on those passes. NFL is a game of inches. And they were just inches off on those passes. It was like a couple of them. It was like 2 to him and then 1 to the tight end. But he was trying to get the ball out quick, make sure he didn't turn the ball over in a crucial situation like that. I mean, he was giving his team an opportunity to win. But like you said, this is the first game of the season for the rookie in the NFL, getting to know and getting familiar with Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley is right now his main target and his number 1 receiver. So they got to develop that relationship, that chemistry, and they're going to keep working. They're going to keep working it, He will make those passes with a few more games on his belt down, week 7, week 8. Those passes in the 2-minute drills with the game on the line, Cam Ward will make those throws, And like you say, the Broncos gave Cam every opportunity to take the lead, but I just don't think he was mature enough yet to make those plays that needed to be made to win the game. He tried. He damn sure tried. He had a lot of confidence in himself, attempting to take the lead and win the game and throw those passes to Calvin Ridley. 3rd and 10 in the seam, that's a scary route. You could get a lot of tip balls, anything. The worst thing you want as a quarterback is to come back, and everyone in the TV and the networks are saying Cam Ward throws the interception and Tennessee Titans lose the game. So that's always a thought in the head when the first thing that comes to mind, And Cam, like I say, he didn't look like a rookie out there, man. He didn't look like a rookie, man. He tried to take the lead and win the game, man, in aggressive fashion. Like he was like, man, put the game on me. I'm ready to answer. And Cam Ward is going to be the real deal. He is the real deal. And the Titans, they just need to add weapons and continue to add weapons that can complement Cam Ward. And I could see the Tennessee Titans back to the Steve McNair days and the Eddie George and things like that. So we're going to see, man. We're going to see.
It was definitely a time where he was in the pocket and a defensive random Ken Ward got the ball out. I'm like, how did he get the ball out in between all those defenders?
Ooh, you see what I see. It's like that quick Mahomes release. It might be a little quicker than Patrick Mahomes. It might be more of a Aaron Rodgers type of release where he has that quickness, but it's like he could feel the pressure and understands how long he has to hold the ball and when is the last minute that he has to get rid of it. And I've seen that a couple times, and I was like I say, you can see those attributes in these players and that they have a lot of potential in ahead of them in the future. And Cam Ward, man, once he gets that experience, once he gets that game experience and continues to grow and mature, man, watch out, man. Watch out. Just give him a Malik Neighbors or Justin Jefferson or give him a few more threats, man. It's gonna be crazy. Mm-hmm. But I gotta say something because I get attacked when I make my bold statements and things like that. And I talked about Bo Nix. And I said Bo Nix. And I think I compared him to Tua Tagovailoa, maybe somebody like that. And everybody was like, you didn't see Bo Nix rookie season? Bo Nix went crazy. He is good. Man, Bo Nix is not a good quarterback. I will keep saying it, and I will keep saying it over and over and over until he showed me different. Don't show me no stats that Sean Payton, the great offensive coordinator over there, can manipulate to make Bo Nix look like he's a pretty good quarterback. That is not the case. Sean Payton makes Bo Nix look the best he can possibly look and better than any other coach in the NFL right now. Sean Payton's system is working for the Denver Broncos. That running, he has a really good running game system. And, obviously, that's Sean Payton in the passing game, drawing up pass. And, Bo Nix is not the guy, though. Bo Nix will not lead the Denver Broncos to nothing. Make sure y'all understand that. What you got to say about
I was going to say he did throw 2 interceptions today.
Yeah, 2 interceptions and a lot more to come after that. That rookie year, it's kind of like, I said 2023 season for Tua Tagovailoa. I said that would be the best season of his career. And still, Tua Tagovailoa ain't had a better season that yet. It's been 2 seasons, and this season ain't even going to be close to it. Bo Nix is the same way. Bo Nix is the same person. His rookie season, I don't see Bo Nix playing a better season than his rookie season. And that's bad because it doesn't show no progress. You have to show progress in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Nix, man, they got a good defense. I like that defense over there. They do their thing on defense, but
it look like they can run the ball now. So
they can run the ball.
That's how you protect the quarterback.
System, man.
That's how you protect the quarterback. You run the ball and play defense.
That's how you give the perception that your quarterback is pretty good when the running game is so, works so well, and all you got to do is give a little inclination or some type of inclination of a play action or it's about to be a run and everybody coming up and biting. You know what I mean?
Don't turn the ball over. That's all you got to preach some. Don't turn the ball over.
Don't turn the ball over. And that is, when you have a basic quarterback, one of those quarterbacks that doesn't have that it factor or he isn't elite and the team is good. Like when the Jets drafted Zach Wilson, that was the type of scenario right there. Don't lose the game. Don't turn it over. We have a good team around. We play good defense. We play good special teams and we run the ball well. Just don't turn it over and we will win games. That is the exact scenario for Bo Nix, man. Bo Nix, hey, if you all want me to cut Bo Nix some slack, then he need to show me. You know what I mean? Because I don't get caught up in what y'all get caught up in. I'm looking at the actual player and what he's doing and how he's delivering. And it might be that rookie, he might hit the rookie wall. That was all you're going to get from Bo Nix. He probably hit the rookie wall. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But we got to talk about the biggest disappointment of week one, Raul. Who are y'all biggest disappointment of week one? Because I have my biggest disappointment. Who are y'all disappointed in? Is it Joe Flacco, the Cleveland Browns?
No.
They lost. Who
they had a chance. They had a chance. They should have won.
The Detroit Lions lost to the Cleveland. Lost to the Green Bay Packers. They wasn't that competitive. I think they lost by 10 points. Who was the biggest disappointment of the day? And It
might be the Lions, because Lions didn't score until garbage time. Honestly, they put up 6 points the whole game until the game was over. It might be, just thinking about it. I had a different answer before, but just thinking about it, it might be the Lions, because the Lions was it is the number one scoring offense last year.
That's why it's so important we have these conversations, because things you don't think about. We bring it up to each other. Like,
I think I might change my mind.
Right, the Detroit Lions was damn near a Super Bowl contender last year. They was on fire, And then this year to come out, even though it's the Green Bay Packers, they're in the division. A lot of expectations for the Lions, but again, another quarterback situation, a quarterback that can't get it done. Jared Goff. I'm not a big fan of Jared Goff. He's one of those quarterbacks that will fold under pressure, But let's get to the biggest disappointment of week one. The biggest disappointment of week one, I don't see. They said the Ravens was the biggest disappointment. Yes, the Ravens can possibly have been the biggest disappointment. Actually, either team tonight could have been the biggest disappointment. Whoever lost, it could have simply been the biggest disappointment, because, like I said, both these quarterbacks are in the hunt, or in the search, trying to secure that Super Bowl win, and both these quarterbacks still hasn't to achieve that yet. So Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson losing this game can both be the biggest disappointment of the week. But, I got a bigger disappointment, because what I seen today, I'm sure y'all didn't get to witness, but what I had to witness today, because I'm in South Florida, and man, the biggest disappointment from week one goes to Tua Tagovailoa. When I tell y'all Mr. 1-2-3 showed his ass today, everything I said about this team, organization, coaches, general manager is coming to light. This team is pooty. Y'all ever heard that word before? Pooty, straight pooty. This team is pooty, and they deserve to be going for me to go in on them like this. And if y'all didn't see the last live, when I told y'all, and I showed you that Chris Greer, the general manager, basically gave up on the season, talking about he is disappointed in what he sees out there, then he tried to backtrack it. These are true statements. Today, Tua Tagovailoa completed 14 of 23 passes for a total of 114 yards with 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. 2 bad, terrible interceptions. Like, who are you reading and throwing to? What happened to the Mr. 1-2-3 in Tua Tagovailoa hitting Tyreek Hill? The Dolphins lost 33-8, a 25-point deficit. Tua lost all of his confidence as a football player today, how bad he played out there. I'm telling you, he lost, I ain't going to say all his confidence, but Tua lost a lot of confidence today the way he played out there on that field. Any player that played like Tua today, you're going to automatically lose confidence. I could tell in his body language. Tua was a turnover machine, throwing an interception in the first quarter, fumbling in the second quarter, then another interception, while producing nothing positive for his team. They didn't score till the end of the game. And this season, I can tell you over and over and over, from everything that I've seen in the offseason, from Tyreek Hill talking his crap, Tua Tagovailoa trying to step up and finally be a leader, to Mike McDaniels being a pushover, Chris Greer trading players because no one will stand up to the players. I knew this season was going to be a disaster. And that's exactly what happened. As week 1, the first game of the season, didn't even give them a chance. Didn't even go to week 2, week 3, week 4, or nothing. Week 1 against the Indianapolis Colts, Daniel Jones, the Miami Dolphins.
That wasn't Peyton Manning out there?
That's what it looked like. That would be a great excuse. They was playing against Peyton Manning and they didn't get to study film or something like that. But that was Daniel Jones. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
That was Daniel Jones that they got whooped up on by, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But if Tua continues to play like he has, Mike McDaniels will be forced to bench him. I'm going to tell you, I don't care how much money he made and how long ago he just signed that contract. Any coach will be forced to bench their franchise quarterback if Tua plays like he played today. But this is who Tua is. Because I named the Mr. 1, 2, 3. I named the Mr. 1, 2, 3 because I understood Mike McDaniels was able to manipulate the offense and figure out how to make Tua be successful in these explosive pass plays and getting the ball to Tyreek Hill and the 3-step and the 1, 2, 3 drop in the rhythm and hit that timing, because Tyreek Hill created so much separation because he's so fast. But now the concept to the offense has changed and it's forcing Tua Tagovailoa to be a quarterback, a real quarterback that has to make reads, find the open player. There isn't no open players. Usually when it's tight coverage, the windows are very small. Mm-hmm. And that is what Tua Tagovailoa has trouble with the most. Mike McDaniel's comments after a terrible game. Let's listen, or let's check it out. This is Mike McDaniels after the game. His comments after the game and what he got going on. When you lose the turnover game, -3, you turn the ball over on downs. You run into the kicker. You have 12 guys in the huddle, and you only have 20 minutes with the ball in your possession. That's a formula for failure and nothing else. Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel said, "We have no direction to go from here, and it's the opposite direction of this effort produced." Man.
That sounds like all culture problems right there.
This is the head coach that you will no longer see for the Miami Dolphins. He's on the hot seat and the time is ticking for him. But what kind of statement is that to give to the media as the head coach, the leader of the team? Like, what are you telling me if I'm the player and if I'm playing your team and I heard that, right? Because 12 players in the huddle is your fault. Players running into the kicker is your fault. Penalties are your fault. Everything you're doing as a head coach at the Dolphins, you provide no discipline for this team. The only thing he's doing is being a player's coach. He's making the team feel like he's one of them and we all are friends and we're cool. There's no authority there, man. I can see that from afar. And that sucks. And that's just sick to me, because you're the head. That's why you sign up to be a leader of a team, to provide authority, leadership, guidance. Not just I can call a bunch of good plays and unique plays and we can throw for 5,000 yards. No, it takes more than that to be a coach. I don't know if Mike McDaniels understood what he was signing up for, but it sounds like Chris Greer might be most of the problem, because Chris Greer is the general manager. He was responsible for hiring the head coaches and the players on this team. I don't know. Everyone needs to go. The whole Miami Dolphins front office, everybody, everyone need to go, man. It looks horrible. It looks bad.
He basically just said, man, I ain't doing a good job coaching. Literally, that's what he just said.
Basically, let me read it again. Please let me read this again. Please, let's read this again. Mike McDaniel's comments after the game. Again, when you lose the turnover game, -3, you turn the ball over on downs. You run into the kicker. You have 12 guys in the middle of in the huddle. And you only have 20 minutes with the ball in your possession. That's a formula for failure and nothing else. Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel said, 20 minutes of possession. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all about. There's a different concept that they're trying to bring up to this Dolphins offense. He doesn't want to possess the ball for 20 minutes. He wants to control the ball and control the clock. And now he's understanding that is how you win, the formula to win in NFL. Those explosive plays, getting the ball and having the best offense in the NFL, and those pretty passes to Tyreek Hill. No, that's not how you win games. That gets you quick passes. Controlling the game, controlling the clock, doing things on your time.
Mm-hmm.
Is how you win the game, man.
We talked about being well coached. Like the Chiefs came into the game with like 6 seconds left and got on the field, be able to kick a field goal. That's well coached, and we could tell the Miami Dolphins would be able to get that accomplished. Right. That's something that that's not even nowhere in their playbook to get out there that fast and be able to kick a field goal. That's the difference between a well coached team and a team would say, I don't know why we had 13 people out there. We knew not that.
You're the freaking coach. Like, what's happening here, man? Like, whose fault is it? It's one of the coaches. Somebody, it ain't my fault. I ran in the game when I was told to run in the game, Yeah. But like Micah said, Mike McDaniels, he's bringing a new concept to this Dolphins offense, and it's forcing Tua to be a different quarterback. And now he has to find these open receivers. Whereas a couple of seasons ago, these plays was designed to be open and hit them off the time. And this concept isn't working anymore, and Tua has to find a way to adapt. And today he showed that he can't adapt to this new system. Tua played horrible, and he has a hard time answering questions at his presser after a horrible game like this. So let's listen to Tua. And I want y'all to hear the leader in Tua. Tell me, what do y'all think about his leadership skills?
Really excited to see that. Like I said, we don't want to overreact or we don't want to underreact with what the performance was like. We got to go look at the film. But I'm definitely curious to see, okay, I came in on Tuesday. I seen these guys on Tuesday last week. I want to see if these same guys are watching film on Tuesday this week. Like, I want to see how everyone goes about their process. I mean, same for me, but then outside of their process, how they go out there and execute what they need to do to be able to turn this thing around for week 2.
Listen to his first words. His first words.
I'm definitely excited to see that. Like I said, we don't want to overreact or we don't want to.
I want y'all to hear that. Tua said he's definitely excited to see that. After getting beat 33 to what was the score? 33 to 7?
To 8.
33 to 8. You shouldn't be excited to see nothing about the day. Nothing that has to do with today, any preparation, anything y'all did to prepare for today's game should be wiped out of your mind. Forget about everything from last week. You don't want to see them on Tuesday if that's what y'all did on Tuesday. Do it on Wednesday now. Take Tuesday off. Do opposite of what you did last week. Boy, that is crazy. So I'm definitely excited to see it after how terrible y'all looked out there. Right? And it's like every question you get after playing a terrible game like that is a terrible question. And I know it's hard for Tua to figure out what answers to give in a time like this because he's not a natural leader. He's figuring out how to be a leader and how to lead. That's what I see, you know? How would it look? How does it look Tua coming up to players, pointing a finger and say, I want to see you here Tuesday. You know, I didn't see you here this Tuesday and you was there the Tuesday before. After playing a game the way you just played, I would look at you in disgust with no respect. Like, don't talk about me. Don't come asking anything about my game or what I've done. Make sure you correct yourself first, right? Because it's hard to be a leader or lead after having the worst performance of any player in the game, right? How can I lead or be a leader and I've had the worst performance of the game? And it's not like you had other good games before. This is the week one. You don't have no other chance to show. This is week one. The first impression is the best impression. All these players that don't know Tua Tagovailoa, they're like, what in the crap is this? You know, this is crazy.
And then he kind of like trying to throw some people under the bus without even saying their names. Like, I want to see the people that wasn't there last week be there this week to watch film. You just threw some people under the bus. Like, we don't know who you talk about, but the people you talking about know who you talking about them, and that's not what a leader do. You know what I mean? You pull everybody together, especially when the stuff is not going right. You gotta pull each other together, not put no blame on nobody else. Look at yourself in the mirror and let people know I'm here to like we gonna do this together. And he's not doing that right now.
That's it. When you lose, especially a fashion of that magnitude, you always point the finger at yourself. You never bring anyone else into the equation when things are bad because everyone wants to point the finger. You take accountability and you talk about what you can take care of and you make sure you handle the things that you can handle. You don't start pointing the finger and say, I want to see those guys and yeah, I'm definitely eager to see that next week. No, man, everything they ask you, you reflect it back to yourself. Like, yeah, man, I was in there Tuesday, so I'm gonna be in there Monday and Tuesday. I'm gonna be there some extra hours and so on and so forth. But Tua, man, like I say, he's trying to figure things out and learn how to become that leader that the Dolphins need. But he's just not the guy. I said that many times. I don't gotta keep saying it. Y'all get the picture, you know. But Tyreek, on the other hand, man, Tyreek, you know, he's a ticking time bomb, and he's not getting these explosive plays that he used to get. And everybody can see the frustration in Tyreek Hill. He doesn't hide it from nobody. Now, this is the Antonio Brown times 2 reincarnated. So there's only a matter of time before Tyreek Hill turns around and do his best Antonio Brown impersonation, you know, because he isn't getting the football. And I give Tyreek 2 more games before he explodes and loses his mind if he doesn't have 100 yards receiving in one of these games by week 4. We're gonna see Tyreek Hill. Yeah, exactly. That's him practicing on himself. Like that, I do the same thing. I have to practice on certain situations, right? So he probably had a talk with his therapist, a talk with himself, and he really wanted to explode today because today was horrible. But he's like, he's having a hard time exploding because he's like practicing on himself. He has talked with himself, and you know, so he's giving you little spurts of what he can really get going because he's, you know, because he's trying to hold it back. He's trying to tame the gorilla. You know how you have that inside demon inside, and you like, man, I hope these people don't bring this out of me, and I'm trying to hold it back, man. It's like, yeah, that demon inside of him, and it's the Antonio Brown demon. You know, they are the human breed. Y'all know I talk about the human breed. Antonio Brown and Tyreek Hill are the same breed in humans, you know. But hey, the Dolphins the defense is just as bad as the offense over there for the Miami Dolphins, man. They have get rid of everybody, man. They get rid of everybody. This team that Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel put together to compete with in the National Football League is a straight joke, and they know it. They know it. It's a straight joke. I hope Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer understands what the NFL really stands for, because they're going to find out soon, and that's not for long.
For long.
Everybody knows that the NFL stands for not for long, and Chris Greer, he had his run. He was able to hire and fire coaches while still remaining general manager. You are the problem, Chris Greer, the X factor. You are the problem. So man, expect to see something new coming from the Miami Dolphins here in the future, the near future. Like I said, Mike, Stephen Ross, the owner for the Miami Dolphins, listen, hire me as the general manager. I promise you don't have to worry about me being buddy-buddy with no players. There will be strict. There will be strict rules to follow. It will be a lot of discipline, nothing but discipline in the facilities. Everybody will be held accountable under my watch. And I got all the candidates who I need to hire. I got them ready to interview them and show you that we can take over the Miami Dolphins and get them to the winning standards, man. But you hire me, we're getting a new quarterback. I'm just telling you that right off the rip. Hire me, Stephen Ross. We're getting a new quarterback right off the rip. So if you
he got a lot of guaranteed money over there, man.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm gonna bring you a Super Bowl. Do you worry about your guaranteed money that you gave Tua Tagovailoa, or you worry about bringing the Super Bowl? Because the Super Bowl gonna bring more money, especially to the whole city. And that man got money for days, But that's the biggest loser of the day, man. If y'all was surprised or didn't know how terrible Tua Tagovailoa was tonight or today, you're gonna find out soon. And the Baltimore Ravens definitely could have entered the chat and competed for the number one spot for the biggest losers for the day. Obvious. And, the way that the Baltimore Ravens lost the game made it even worse. It's like, that's the worst way to lose. It's hard to keep going back to the Baltimore, but that's the worst way to lose. You play good ball all the way down to the last couple of minutes. I mean, you're playing good football to the last couple of minutes. In the last couple of minutes of the game, you give the game away by an unforced error.
I guarantee you some Baltimore fans that would have sleep tonight thinking they won. They gonna wake up in the morning like, how we lose? I guarantee they gonna wake up in the morning like, what happened?
Especially when Derrick Henry was running the football, man. There's plenty of Baltimore fans who went to sleep knowing they won the game. Probably they had money on the game. It was like, I'm gonna go to sleep early, wake up early because I gotta go to work. I'm call such and such, talk my shit, get my money, and they're gonna wake up and be hurt, boy. They're gonna be hurt to the fifth power. All right, man. So now we went to the biggest disappointment of week one. And we don't like disappointments, but that's how it goes. Now we got to go to the biggest surprise of week one. Who is the biggest win and the biggest surprise of week one? Who were you surprised with, chat? Who surprised you? Because I make a lot of stern statements, and I mean what I say and say what I mean. So when I don't see what I said out there on the field, it makes me like, what is going on? How did they overcome the things that I saw negative in this athlete, And the biggest surprise of week one goes to Justin Fields. Fields,
that's
man.
Your biggest surprise right there?
The biggest surprise of week one is Justin Fields. I was a non-believer in Justin Fields. He was another quarterback that wasn't accurate and can't complete passes. So, I wasn't a big fan of Justin Fields. He's big, tall, he has the arm strength, he has all the attributes to get it done. But I guess he may not have had the right coaches to help him achieve, the success, And today was a totally different Justin Fields than anybody ever seen before. And all I want to know is, where has this Justin Fields been the last 4 seasons? Where has this Justin Fields been? Because this Justin Fields has not been playing in the NFL. This Justin Fields didn't play for the Chicago Bears. This Justin Fields didn't play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Where has this Justin Fields been? I didn't see this Justin Fields in college at Ohio State. He didn't play this precise, this accurate. He didn't be as aggressive he was today in college. Nowhere. And I have to come in and take my hat off to head coach Aaron Glenn, because Aaron Glenn made it clear that he was going to work extremely hard with Justin Fields to get him where he needs to be. And what he said is coming true. He proved it. And when a coach shows he believes in the right athlete, that confidence shifts, man. That confidence shifts for the better for the athlete. And that's what's happening to Justin Fields. Aaron Glenn provided another level of confidence for Justin Fields. Justin Fields today, man, he completed, 16 of 22 passes and 1 touchdown. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. And he also ran for 48 yards and scored 2 touchdowns running the football. The Steelers got the victory.
And he went against you had Steelers as a top 5 defense, so he was going against a good defense.
A really good defense. But there's a side, there's a kick, there's a catch-22 to that whole situation. Like maybe you are familiar with the defense, more familiar being that you was there last season, and that's why you had so much success today. But I'm not going to use that against me, But you were there all last season. You do understand the defensive concepts and things like that. But overall, I just think the Pittsburgh Steelers defense isn't playing Pittsburgh Steelers defense for ball no more. And Mike Tomlin, who knows, man? The older he get, the softer he's getting, man. He's probably laying down more and more as the season comes, But Justin Fields, man, he was awesome, man. That first pass to Garrett Wilson, oh man, for over 40 yards in the air. It was a perfect strike, man. Perfect, beautiful pass. And now, I like I said before, I talked to you about it. I talked to DJ Reed about it. Garrett Wilson is, if not the most talented wide receiver in the NFL, he is one of the most talented receivers in the NFL. And hopefully Justin Fields can continue to get him the ball so he can show his skills and be the dominant receiver that he can be, Justin Fields looked good today, man, I must say. I was impressed. I was impressed with Justin Fields, man. I don't know who else was, but I was one of those guys that said he was a runner and so on and so forth. But I was impressed,
man. Yeah, I got to go. The guy who surprised me the most today, the biggest winner I got, he went 22 out of 29, threw for 272 yards and 1 big, is Daniel Jones. I did not see Daniel Jones coming out there and putting up those type of numbers. It's actually his first win on opening day, and he did it against the Miami Dolphins, who we just talked about. Danny Dobbs is back, huh?
Yeah.
I did not expect that.
You know the thing for a player like Daniel Jones isn't like all the way ass, right? Like he's not just straight terrible. Yes, he's straight terrible, right? But he's one of those terrible players. He's one of those terrible players that plays in streaks. He gets streaky sometimes, right? Like he can have a good game and play like he never even played before in the NFL. Then he'll have another good game. So out of a 16-game season, he'll play 5 or 6 really, really good games. And then the other 11, you're like, what are you doing? We never coached this, So that is a good one, though. Surprise, biggest surprise of week 1 can go to Daniel Jones. But being that he plays for a new team, that's the only reason I think he can probably be a good candidate for that award, because he's with the new team. If he was, with the same team doing this, then it's like whatever, Daniel Jones, Yeah. But I think today had to be Justin Fields' best game of his career. I'm not sure, but I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there, and y'all look it up and y'all tell me. But today had to be Justin Fields' best game of his career so far, right? I'm talking about he ran aggressively when it was time to run the football. He ran aggressively. Before in Pittsburgh last season, he ran timid. He was quick to run out of bounds, right? Justin Fields looked like a totally different player, right? Just a year ago, he was playing totally opposite of what he is in the Jets right now, right? For the Jets. He didn't run as aggressive as he did today, and he definitely wasn't an accurate passer. No one knows Justin Fields from being an accurate passer. That just blew everybody's mind today, how accurate he was completing some of those passes. So a lot of those passes, he had very tight coverage, and The same way Cam Ward didn't complete his passes to win the game, Justin Fields did. He was making those tight passes, those throws in the tight coverage, and making it look easy. He's making it look easy. And I think Justin Fields, he has the right, and he knows, man. He went toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers, man. He went toe-to-toe all the way down to the wire. That has to be a confidence booster for him, man, being that how his career has been going in the past 4 years, right? And if the Jets didn't fumble on that kickoff return towards the end of the game, we probably have a different story or a different outcome for the Jets. They probably would have won that game against Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. They was actually supposed to win the game the same way the Baltimore Ravens did. They both lost in the same type of fashion. But now the Jets
Boswell hit that 60-yarder with 0 seconds on the clock, man. Justin Fields, the last time he got the ball, he took the lead. So he did what he was supposed to do. I mean, defense had to make that stop.
Yeah,
ended up kicking a 60-yarder.
Yeah. So he did what he had to do, but the stats and the media don't see it like that. Either you win the game despite what the defense does. We don't care if you do your job. That goes as a loss on your record.
Right.
But he did his job, and I know they are real proud of Justin Fields over there, man. So Aaron Glenn has his quarterback, man, and I think he can legitimately compete against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. The way they played today, man. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, it ain't gonna be sweet. It ain't gonna be sweet in the AFC East no more. Ain't gonna be sweet, man. You got Aaron Glenn and Justin Fields coming in town, right? But that's, of course, if he continues to play to the level he played today. And he didn't use a cheat sheet, being that he played for the Pittsburgh Steelers last year and he knows everything about him, So we have to wait and see, And, another big surprise today, well, not a really surprise, is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers played like the old Aaron Rodgers. He looked great statistically, man. And, he did good. And he led the Steelers to a victory, So, you got to clap it up for Aaron Rodgers. He's 41 years old. He's 41 years old trying to hold it down out there. What'd you say?
He got the cheat sheet, too. He's playing for Jets last year.
Exactly. Both of them, man. It's like a revenge game. They're both teams trying to get revenge. You heard Aaron Rodgers say, I'm happy to be anybody that has anything to do with the New York Jets.
Yeah.
This guy's weird, man. But the Steelers, man, moving forward, man, they have to make some corrections on defense, man. That defense is a liability right now. And, the secondary, made some big plays, but they need to make more plays, right, with all those talented players back there on the back end. So that's what we want to see. That's what we need to see from the Pittsburgh Steelers. But it's Sunday Night Vibes, man. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the audience, man. How y'all doing out there? Shout out, Carolina is sad. Bryce Young got to go. Shout out to the NNA. He never comes with the name, but yeah, man, Bryce Young is horrible. He is a bust for sure. And I'm going to talk about Bryce Young tomorrow. But as of right now, we have to go in, and this is one of those moments. Y'all brace yourself because I got to let someone have it, right? And the University of North Carolina. The University of North Carolina doesn't seem to have a problem with Bill Belichick's actions, and they let him continue to make a mockery of college football. Now Belichick is banning any Patriot scouts from coming to the campus to scout players for the University of North Carolina and Coach Belichick's team.
What?
Right. What? Sounds idiotic, right? When becoming an NFL player is what you go to college for and play football 9 times out of 10. And becoming an NFL ready was Belichick's first pitch to recruits for the reason why they should join his team. Him and Mike Lombardi pushed that this is a team where you come and you get ready and you'll be prepared. You'll be NFL ready. That is the recruitment piece that they push to try to get players to sign to the University of North Carolina. And now they're saying we're not letting Patriot scouts on campus. So you limiting the opportunity for 32 teams to look at these players to 31. So now they only have 31 teams that can possibly draft them without being able to scout them. Belichick is letting his personal feelings that ended bad with the Patriots many, many years ago still bother him while he is coaching young men in college. Supposed to be leading young men in college, he's still letting things bother him about Tom Brady and Mr. Kraft from years ago. Belichick thinks not letting scouts from the Patriots on campus really bothers Mr. Kraft and his son. Belichick is going outside, man. And it's clear to see because, like he said, what? Check it out.
Comment on that and provide some sort of explanation on that.
Yeah, well, no, it's clear that I'm not welcome there around their facility, and so they're not welcome in ours.
Oh my.
Pretty simple.
Over here on the.
Let me play that for y'all one more time, real quick.
To comment on that and provide some sort of explanation on that.
Yeah, well, no, it's clear that I'm not welcome there around their facility, and so they're not welcome in ours. Pretty simple.
Over here on the.
You sound like a
Mr. Kraft and Belichick has the most pettiest beef of all time. This has to go down as the most pettiest beef of all time. Belichick is mad about control. Belichick is mad that Mr. Kraft woke up and stood up to Belichick and said, no more. I'm not allowing you to destroy my team anymore. He can't get over the fact that Mr. Kraft stepped in and stopped the mad scientists from blowing up the laboratory in Foxborough. Why is Belichick still so disgruntled and the Patriots wasn't worth a damn anymore under his guidance? All Mr. Kraft did was finally step up and say, enough is enough, Bill. I'm tired of your shit. I'm tired of you trying to trade Tom Brady, and fired him. That's simple. Why is he still letting this stuff bother him? I guess he's old and grumpy, and he needs something to be miserable about, you know?
You sound like a 10-year-old. You can't play with my toys. I can't play with your toys. You can't play with my toys.
You sound like a 10-year-old, man. Like, you know?
Man, it ain't about you, man. It's about these kids out here. You trying to coach up to become professionals. Man. It's not about you, man. So
the problem was because a lot of people don't understand the relationship. Belichick was so used to having his way with Mr. Kraft, right? He was used to having all the control. Everything he wanted, Mr. Kraft gave him. And now it kills Belichick to see Mr. Kraft have a backbone and tell him no. That straight just hurts Belichick's feeling. You know, that control, when that control, a control freak no longer has that control, it really bothers them and drives them crazy, right? And Coach Belichick, at the end of the day, man, you got to grow up. You got to grow up one day. Old as you are, you have to grow up. You have to stop this childishness you have going on with Mr. Kraft and the Patriots, and you're coaching young men at the University of North Carolina. This makes no sense. This is everything you taught and you preach to us, right? Right now, you're being a hypocrite and you're not being focused on your team. Everything was about the team. Now you have so many distractions that you would never have brought around us for the Patriots.
I definitely seen a video of his girlfriend come and talk to him in the middle of a game while he coaching.
A distraction on the field. That's something that's basically Belichick going outside, right? This is Belichick going outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Belichick has to understand that it's not about him anymore. If you're coaching college kids, it's not about you. Stop making everything about you. Scouts want to come see the kids, not you. The kids want to win. The kids want to make it and go to the NFL. Right now, coach, you're showing your players it's more important. It's more important. It's more about you. It's more important for things to be about you than rather than giving them the best opportunity to make it to the next level. And this is just sad. I don't know how he's able to say this or do this and come out and act like he's banning NFL scouts from coming to North Carolina, but he shouldn't be able to do that. First of all, you don't own the facilities in North Carolina. You don't own the facilities. I don't even know if they can, they could probably take the control away from you for thinking you can tell who can and who can't come in the facilities. That's probably something they need to do. You know what I mean?
That's probably how they got him there. Tell him he got that control.
Exactly. And he probably found the next boss that was just as gullible as Mr. Kraft, and now he's over there with his young girlfriend on the sideline telling NFL scouts they can't come to the team and scout teams. All this is stuff. All this is ridiculous, right? But Bill Belichick, I'm going to tell you like you used to tell us, or like you would tell us. It's time for you to take your skirt off, coach, and stop showing your female tendencies by your vindictive actions. That is the only hurting the players at University of North Carolina. Belichick, you are acting very childish out here because the NFL didn't want to put up with your bullshit anymore. It has nothing to do with anyone else but you. That's all your fault, not Mr. Kraft's fault. You wanted to get rid of Tommy. You screwed up your opportunity to be able to leave Foxborough and the Patriots on your own terms. That's not no one's fault but yours. Stop being a bitter, grumpy old man and let it go. Go find someone young and enthusiastic to help you get the job done in North Carolina. Because this might be the last opportunity you got, Coach Belichick. Don't screw this one up. The NFL already showed you they don't want you no more having to do with their company, the NFL. They don't want you to coaching in the NFL no more. They already showed you that. The next thing from here is going to be high school. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you want to take a high school job, coach. So I want to see you still coaching in college football or somewhere. So don't blow this opportunity. I need you to get it together, man, for us, for the both of us. And, Coach, you know me, man, so you know this ain't nothing new. You know I talk that shit, and I attack stuff head on, Coach. You know that's just me. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but that's just me. And this is normal. This is normal. But just like you would tell us, Coach, get your shit together, man. Or I will be forced to start dropping bombs over here and say what needs to be said. And everything has been pretty copacetic. So, you know, I'm always fighting for the kids and things like that. So
they deserve it.
They deserve it, man. So Sunday night vibes, man. Week 1. Is week 1 under the books or is week
we got one more game
before week
Bears
1.
versus Vikings.
Bears versus Vikings. Oh man, Caleb Williams. We want to see how he's going to play. We want to see the type of attitude, ego, body language, whatever he's going to come out there with. You know what I mean? But hey, man, Sunday night vibes. Y'all make sure y'all like, share the live. Man, they tearing this algorithm up, man. They messing with the algorithm, man. We gonna get it back.
Subscribe.
Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe. But we gonna see y'all tomorrow night, man. We had what we did. We did Friday. And we took Friday off, right? We did Thursday. We did Saturday. Sunday. We back tomorrow, baby. Hey,
yes, sir.
One thing about life, man, you got to be consistent. Anything you do in life, consistency is the key. And that's what we're doing, man. We want to, got to be consistent out here, man. So I'm going to see y'all next time. Tomorrow night, man, I had a good time. Hey, Baltimore Ravens, man. They let us down, man. They let us down. But We're gonna see y'all next time. This is I'm Asante, Mr. Pick Six Samuel,
It's your boy 233.
and we are out.